Hello, everyone. This is Michael with FFR Trading. Thank you for joining me today. We are going to be reviewing target zone options, which is a system that was developed by professional trader Joe Duffy. And we're going to give you an overview of what's been happening the last 4 years, and especially during the pandemic. So let's dive into it. All right. So, target zone options program. We're going to be introducing Joe Duffy today, reviewing the trading academic guidelines and how the system trades, going over the performance statistics since inception. We will review a few client account statements that individuals that were trading the target zone system during the pandemic, and then we will review the educational course itself. All right. Joe Duffy resides in Toronto, Canada. He's got 30 years trading experience in the markets. He has ranked top 10 in the United States Trading Championship with 121, 243, and 432% returns. He was previously a prop trader for the International Bank of Montreal, previously ranked top #1 analyst by the Greenwich Survey during his career with BMO. Trades various market sectors, futures, forex, options on stocks and ETFs, formerly registered as a CTA exempt hedge fund manager, author of many publications, and basically Joe's retired from institutional trading, which basically he's focused on his leisure lifestyle, spending the necessary time to trade, be successful, and teach his students. Also enjoy his personal life of golfing, sailing, some passions of his, and time with his family. All right. His system, target zone options, is mathematically defined methodology, trades top 64 most liquid stocks and ETFs. Average trades about 5 times a month. Minimum account size is about 10,000. You want to allocate about 10% of the trade alert on the overall account size. He's trading debit, credit, diagonal spreads, and sometimes put or call. Basically, depending on the market climate, which is going to give you an indication of what is going to be the best strategy. That could be a credit spread. It could be a combination of debit or diagonal spreads. But this is going to help the risk reward probability. But on 6 months later, I mean, you might be doing something completely opposite. It's what Joe looks at. So his motto is observation and adaptation, which go a long way in trading options. He's looking to cut his losses at 50% and look at gains above 80. He could carry about 6 positions at one time, but rarely is going to have 3 positions open at any given time. And he's monitoring about 90 different stocks and ETFs, obviously, that are liquid. Okay. Spreads will decrease the risk in a way that he structures them, do not limit gains to an extent that hinders us all. Okay. Major advantage of trading option spreads versus outright calls or puts is that basically Joe is telling you that they're less punishing to mistakes. All right. While still maintaining very considerable upside. All right. Now, on a $10,000 account, you want to allocate roughly about $1,000 per option position. That is 10% of the account. So here's a couple of examples. So if you're trading 50 grand, you're going to allocate about $5,000 per position. These are just guidelines for your information. So if you do end up becoming a subscriber, these are just based on suggestions, so you're properly allocated. All right. Now let's dive into the performance. This is a non-compounded, an example here over the last 4 years. You can see here 2017 all the way through the first quarter of 2021. Based on a $10,000 account example, allocating $1,000 per position. Once again, non-compounded, not reallocating the profits and increasing the wins. All right. So this account yielded about 90,000 over that time period. It's got a 902% return. Average monthly return is about 18%. You can see that here. And the average annual return is 212% right there. 697 average gain and $420 average loss. 75% win ratio. And for every dollar that you're losing, the system is making it up by $4.98. All right. Let's look at the performance graph over that period of time. We are seeing some flat period here, a little bit of down with some up recovery. We are seeing some recovery here. You can see that at that point. You are going to see losses. You can see that here. I'm going to pinpoint the losses that you're seeing, some pullbacks in the market. That is inevitable, right? You are going to see those losses, but without losses, you don't see the gains, right? On that side of it, seeing some nice returns and upward momentum in those time periods, okay? Now let's go into a few of the account statements during 2020. During the collapse, I'm going to pull over those account statements here, and we're going to dive into this person. You can see here, this is through March of 2020, all the way through the whole full month of March. This is account information over here on the left-hand side. Country Mountain Coastal, which is a LLC, one of the clients that were trading during that period of time, the target zone system. Over here on the right, about midway down, you can see the change in NAV. This starting value of this customer was about $39,000 at the beginning of March, and he had a nice return of about $23,000 mark to market, and the account ended with $61,000. I am going to scroll down to April. I'm going to kind of quickly go through this on this side of it. Here's the April statement here. All the trades are listed below, mark to market performance summary, but you can see here, same customer all through April, and you can see here his ending value is $80,000. So he made roughly about 40 grand during that period of time on that side of it. And so great return, about 100% return for those 2 months. Here we go. We got another client, James C. over here on the left. You can see client information. Hopefully I got this, let me enlarge it a bit for you to see. Here's the month of March again. I'm going to show you during that pandemic, during that collapse, there are a lot of individuals out there trading stocks, their IRA, 401k, saw a big hit, big downturn in the market during that period of time when it dropped. We saw those, the pandemic. So here we go. This customer, just right after March, a little bit after March 1st, he did deposit about $7,000. You can see that here, deposits and withdrawals. His mark to market for that time period was about $2,500. So trading a smaller account size, only allocating roughly about $700 per position, and trading as many options as he can. So he's a little under allocated on that side of it. The account ended with $9,000 in the account. I'm gonna scroll down here to the next month, coming into April, right? Starting to pick up some nice gain here. We got James C., same person. $9,000 value, had about almost $3,500 in profits for mark to market, and the account ending in value was roughly about $12,000. You can see that. And I'm going to scroll all the way down to his June statement. And so we got a really nice snapshot here of 4 months, 3 months. So you got June, sorry about that, March, April, May, and June. All right, 4 months. All right, so you can see here you had an ending value of $15,000. So that's a little bit over 100% return during that period of time. So nice movements over that pandemic, just to give you a quick snapshot of what Joe and his system is capable of in a pullback correction situation that we saw last year. All right. All right, so we saw Joe, we saw the performance during normal market conditions. We saw what his system can do during a correction or pandemic when the market gives a big pullback. Now we're going to dive into the next slide here and give you a sneak peek on the Learn and Earn student program, where you get education, and the Signal course. So you do get Joe's direct trade alerts to your email and cell phone. Every day there's an update on the position recaps and daily market outlook, what's happening. You do have access to Joe himself for educated trading questions regarding his system, markets, methodology, education on the methodology, describing all the entry rules and exit rules on that side of it. He does a video every evening and sends that out, gives everybody an outlook on what's going on in the market, specific trades. So there's some really nice commentary. Those videos can be anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes. All right. You do get access to his daily Skype group, which is a great way for some trading collaboration and coaching. Just a really good community of professionals bouncing different trades and information off of on that side of it. Good learning ability there for a lot of individuals. And then you do have access to third-party brokers. So if the trade signal is something that you can't manage or handle, maybe you just don't have the time, those can be sent to any broker of your choice, and those trades can be executed for you on your behalf. Okay. So once again, thank you for joining us today and listening with the overview of his Target Zone Options program. Definitely, if you are interested in learning more and want some insight, please give us a call at 800-883-0524. Direct here at 832-404-2420. Email us, support@ffrtrading.com. All right, everybody, let's have a successful 2021. I wish you all the best, and thank you once again for joining me. Happy trading.